Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's video is a beginner's guide, an IELTS beginner's guide. And if you're watching this video, it's because you're probably preparing to write your IELTS exams, or you are about to book, or you've already booked for your exam. So in this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the exam and the structure. Like we all know, IELTS is the International English Language Testing System, and it has two types: IELTS Academics and IELTS General. These two exams are graded in the exact same way, though it has some differences in the writing and reading sessions. And these exams, the scoring is graded in a scale of 9, band 9, where band 1 is the lowest and band 9 is the highest. So if you score band 1, it's assumed that you're not a user of the English language. But if you score up to band 9, it shows that you're an expert user of the English language. Like we all know, the exam has 4 parts: speaking, listening, writing, and reading. Now, the reading, writing, and listening are done on the same day. So these exams are done back to back. On the examination day, you will not have like space or break between the exams. So you probably start with listening, and then you go on to reading and then writing, and then the exam is done. Now, your speaking can be on the same day of the exam, or you can have your speaking 7 days earlier, or any day in between, just within 7 days before your exam or 7 days after your exam. And your speaking can be physical or via video call. But just know that the entire examination is recorded. So they're very strict. There's no room for cheating or any form of malpractice. So quickly, let me give you the breakdown of each of these exams, the duration, and what is expected of you. I'll start with listening. Listening is 30 minutes. It contains 40 questions. You listen to different kinds of conversations, and it doesn't stop. Once the recording starts, it continues until it ends, until they tell you. So you have to pay attention and follow. It's going to start with a conversation between two persons and continue with like a monologue where someone might be reading something or describing something. They could be describing a graph or a map. It will continue with conversation between 2 to 3 persons and end with a monologue. You are expected to answer different kinds of questions, which include multiple question, matching, session, map, diagram, labeling, and lots more. Remember, you have 40 questions in the listening session, and you have 30 minutes to complete the session. Mostly, for academics and general IELTS, your listening is the same. Let's go to writing. In writing, there's a big difference between the writing for general IELTS and academic IELTS. However, you are given 20 minutes for task 1 and 40 minutes for task 2. That means for your writing, you have 1 hour. You have 60 minutes to complete your writing. The difference is in the task 1. For your IELTS general, you'll be given a letter. You'll be asked to write a letter. It could be semi-formal or formal letter. While in your IELTS academics, you'll be given a graph, a diagram, or a chart to describe, explain, and summarize. That tax 1, you are expected to write at least 150 words for your tax 1, while for your tax 2, you are expected to write 250 words. Tax 2 is usually the same for IELTS, academic, and general. The topic, however, that you'll be asked to write on will be different. Usually, tax 2, you're expected to write your point of view, to support an argument or oppose an argument or describe something. You'll be given a topic. So generally, in tax 1 for general, is letter writing, while tax 2 is essay writing. For IELTS academics, tax 1 will be like a descriptive essay. You have to describe a chart, explain and summarize a chart, graph, or diagram, while your tax 2 in IELTS academics is also essay writing. You have 1 hour to complete this task. So they will not give you any specific extra time or anything. So you have to time yourself on the day of this exam. So quickly, let's go to writing. Let's go to reading, sorry. In reading, there's also difference between IELTS academics and IELTS general. In IELTS general, you would be given around 5 passages, short passages. Usually these passages are around stories and things and issues They could be taken from newspapers, books, journals, magazines, but they are usually simple, relatable topics that has to do with activities of day-to-day living. It could be topics on traveling, vacationing, hotels. It could be on bags, shoes, just things that everyone could relate to. So it also have 40 questions, and you have 1 hour to complete the IELTS reading. You have to answer these 40 questions in 1 hour. For IELTS academics, contrary to, different from the general, you don't have like 5 passages. Instead, you have 3 long passages. You have 3 long passages, and you are expected to complete the questions, 40 questions, also in 1 hour. Usually, these passages are taken from research journals, publications, articles, sometimes newspaper. But the topics are more complex than the topics given in IELTS general, because it's assumed that someone that is writing IELTS academics is looking for a professional registration, or you're looking for admission into a school, or you're seeking scholarship, or you want to study. So they give more analytic and complex passages for your IELTS academic reading. The last, not the least, is the speaking aspect. For the speaking aspect, it's very short. You have like 11 to 14 minutes to complete your speaking test, and it's in 3 parts. The first part, the examiner will ask you general questions. It could be a topic it could be about your work, where you live, about your family, or anything of your interest. They'll just ask you to discuss about something. In the second part, the examiner will give you a task, and you to talk about a particular topic. You'll be given 1 minute to prepare what you have to say, and then you use 1 to 2 minutes to discuss and explain to discuss that topic with the examiner. The third part, the examiner would ask you a series of questions to further connected to the topic given in the part 2, just to further assess your proficiency in the use of the English language. And that's for the IELTS examination structure. So you have the 4 parts. Each of these parts have their own duration and have what they are looking out for in this exam. Watch out for further videos where I'll be explaining each of these parts. The listening, I'll be giving you tips and how to pass with a band score of 9 or 8 in your reading, listening, and writing. For now, take care. Wish you all the best in your IELTS examination. Thanks.